The future is here and it's electric. Today on Autoshots, we have India's second and Autoshots' first ever electric car, TATA Nexon EV. I'll be very honest, I have never had access to an electric car before. And today, it's going to be my first-hand experience driving one. So let's find out what happens when a petrol head like me gets into an electric car, and can it really convince me to get one? Let's drive. First thing, the car is super quiet. The acceleration is linear. I did not expect this kind of a feel because of this Tesla videos which I've been looking around when it comes to electric cars. For normal city driving, this car is perfect. If you had to drive this car in normal mode, this would give you around 300 kilometers of range. If you put on the AC, that would jump down to around 250. But that's not how I drive. Let's put in sports. After which you have 245 Nm of torque presented to you at all times at your feet, and that's called electric. I don't really care about the range right now, and if you really want to use this mode, then you should not be too, because if you keep driving in sports, the range might drop down to around 180, 190. If I had to compare the ride quality to the fuel guzzling Nexons, then the suspension is a little stiffer, but that is all due to the extra weight that it has to carry. You put this in a corner, it stays flat to the ground because of the battery placed right below. And especially in the city, it's no headache because there's no problem in overtaking. And you don't have to wait at fuel stations because you got it charged while you were sleeping. Before we get to the verdict, let me just take you through the interiors and the exteriors of the car. On the exteriors, the TATA Nexon looks the same like a standard Nexon. You get a little bit of blue accents and a lot of EV badging just to shout out that it's an EV. On the interiors, it's again the same interiors with different color choices. You have a screen which, with poor TATA graphics, TATA has to improve on that to get the same blue accents just to remind you it's an EV. And in terms of comfort, the seating is great. The back seat, I did expect a little less under thigh support, but TATA's got that covered too. It's comfortable, making the TATA Nexon EV a great package. Let's get to the verdict. Will I buy this one? If I had to get a standard Nexon, I'll end up paying 13 lakhs for a top end. And if I had to get an electric, I'll be paying a premium of around 17 lakhs. But I won't be paying as much for maintenance and fuel. Having said that, electricity isn't free. You end up paying 120 bucks for a single charge. That will give you around 200 kilometers. And if you have to compare it to a gasoline engine, you will pay 3 times more to cover the same. I would definitely recommend you this one, but not as your first car. Well, that's the verdict. We all might have heard about the subsidy issue that the Nexon is facing. In my opinion, first of all, it's unfair and unfortunate that Nexon is the only electric car that is facing this issue. Nexon is right now the highest selling electric car, which means most of the people driving Nexon have got access to brand new technology. And if you keep driving an electric car like you drive your own gasoline engine cars, it's not going to work that way. If you are aggressive on the throttle, you're going to lose range, and people need to get used to it. Second, even if you're driving, let's say, your own gasoline engine cars, then still it will never give you the Acclaimed mileage. For example, if you had to drive a car that claims mileage at around 18, but I'm sure you would get something around 14. On a full tank, you're ideally losing around 100 kilometers, and the same thing is happening with an electric car. Then why is this subsidy issue coming in? Finally, if I had to compare this to all the electric cars in the market, that is the EQC or the Kona or even the ZS EV, they would always face the same issue. So Nexon is ideally facing this issue is because of the accessibility that they are getting and also the high sales. Higher the number, the more people have got access to technology and more people are testing it out. Thank you for watching Autoshots. Do like, share and subscribe. Support us, help us grow so that we can give you more cars and more fun content. See you. Hey, boss.